people who comment stuff like this are ill-informed on how animals work, how life cycles work. Before you jump on someone's comments or comment on something of somebody's, you need to be informed. What, do you want to see your baby? Is that what your problem is? Come here. So if anyone asks, this is Virgil's baby, not mine. Say hi to your baby. Say hi. Yeah, this is your baby. Well, hi guys, this is Megan from GWP Homestead, and today I'm gonna get on my soapbox. Little Deacon's here. It's a nice day. Oh, there's Mr. Mark, one of the roosters that started it all. But so I guess it was Friday. Can you go on now? Thank you. So I guess it was Friday night. Ragon posted a reel of me milk stand training Brandy Carlisle. I'd already done Violet, and Brandy Carlisle has already been milked before by Anna of All Trades, which is who I bought her from. And she does really good. We're just refreshing before she kids, you know, pretty common stuff. Well, some girl commented on it, and we'll put the comment up somewhere around here. And I just want to talk about, for one, her lack of knowing definitions. Two, just the lack of knowledge of how animals really work. So the thing that got me is Ragon wouldn't let me comment back on our Instagram. He commented back. That's him. Because I wanted to get a little rude because I was very upset and frustrated. But the thing that kills me is she wants to see a future where, you know, humans aren't drinking animals' milk. Here's the thing. If these animals were in the wild, they would be in milk all the time. Like, they're going to get bred. Deer get bred every year and come into milk every year. And when you have... This rooster's killing me right now because he won't stop. So whether we're using the milk or not, these animals are going to go into milk. And with dairy animals, they're going to end up sick because they just produce a lot of milk, even when they have their kids on them, or kids, calves, whatever animal it is. Vegans always make me laugh because they won't eat eggs because it's abuse of animals. You're taking their product, you know, you're taking their things. Hens that aren't with roosters still lay eggs no matter what you do. They lay eggs. They're just unfertilized. And then they end up broody, sitting on this clutch of eggs that are never gonna hatch. Do y'all like living here? Are y'all happy? I see some chickens living their best lives. Our chickens free range. They have free range of anywhere on the farm they want to go within reason. If they're smart, they kind of stick close to the house because there's no predators around the house. You know, they've got food and shelter. Try not to step on them. We got, let's see, this is, you know, they're over here dust bathing. Happy, content birds. If I was exploiting them, as this lady implies that I do to animals, they wouldn't be following me around. They wouldn't be waiting for me to feed them. You know what happened to all these animals if they were just left to their own devices in the wild? They'd be dead. They're the bottom of the food chain. They'd be dead. So yeah, they got it pretty good here. We got some over here sunbathing over here in the shade. Mark! Yeah, he hates it here. He's following me around waiting for treats. He hates it here. Let's go. Let's go talk to one of the goats over here about how much she's exploited while living here. You can hear them screaming at me because they want treats, right? So all the adults are out on the field right now. Let's go in here. Oh, well, we got one out. I'll catch her in a second. I lost one goat. She ran out on me. Come here. Minnie Pearl. Minnie Pearl here. Hi, sweetheart. So she was the runt. Say hi. Oh, they see the baby. Hi, baby girl. She's real exploited. She hates me. Hates my guts. So she's a prey animal. She's like a deer. She was in the wild. Something would be trying to eat her and chase her. Go constantly. Juniper. Juniper. You know. Oh, you ate the microphone? She's a prey animal. Things would be trying to hunt her and eat her. If she thought I was a threat to her well-being, she would not be looking and seeking out my attention. She knows I feed her. She knows I take care of her when she's sick. So at, I think 2 months old, Minnie Pearl ended up with pneumonia. Guess who treated her pneumonia? Her farm vet. When Minnie Pearl was 4 or 5 months old, I think. Hi, baby. Hey, baby girl. Minnie Pearl broke her foot. Guess who paid a vet bill to go have her foot checked out and make sure she was okay? Me! Oh, can you, like, that's quite precious. Are you checking out the baby? She was checking out the baby pretty hard just then. You want to ask her how she liked those pain meds that I paid for and took care of her to make sure that, you know, her foot didn't hurt her too bad and she'd heal up? That was me. So in exchange for that, for me taking care of her and feeding her and loving her and making sure she's healthy, she's gonna get bred and have babies, and I'm gonna milk her so I can, you know, feed my family and make products to sell. So if you call that exploiting, I call that a symbiotic relationship. Symbiotic relationship is where both parties involved benefit from the relationship. She benefits from having good food, warm shelter, love and attention, medical care when she needs it. Yeah, she's just exploited constantly. She hates it here. So I don't understand. People don't understand that if these animals were left in the wild, they would not survive. All of them would not survive. If she'd gotten pneumonia and been in the wild, she would have died. That's just the hard fact about it. But because she lives on a farm with someone who cares and wants these animals healthy, I took care of it. I didn't think twice about it. I figured out what to do, and I did it. And I'd do it again in a heartbeat. If she got sick tomorrow, I would take care of her. I was 9 months pregnant. The day I went to the hospital to deliver him, I was out in this barn giving medicine to these goats because they needed it. Because that's my job as their caregiver and as their, you know, as a farmer, is to take care of my animals. Now, people aren't going to like it. If I had a goat kid tomorrow and the baby was going to suffer, was paralyzed, had neurological issues, had some type of problem where they would not have a good quality of life, yes, I would call them in a heartbeat, because that is the better thing to do. Would it break my heart? Yes. Would I probably cry? Yeah. Hi. You see the baby? You say hi to Deacon? Deacon hasn't been in the barn a lot, so this is new for them. You know, we're a small channel. Ooh, sunlight. Ooh, bad. We're small still. Very small. So we haven't got a ton of hateful comments or, you know, get out of there. They're chicken feed. Hold on a second. So now I got the big kids over here. And the littlest farmer couldn't hang. He couldn't hang with us. He hates it here. Sorry, I'm squinting. The sun's there. I was trying to sit down when I got attacked by a billy goat. Benji, do you like it here? Do you like it here? Are you exploited? Are we exploiting you? I don't think he thinks so. Bonnie, do you feel abused here or neglected? Or quit biting me! Benji, don't you bite the baby. Annie? Or Brandy, who are you? You're Brandy. Brandy, do you like it here? Oh! Benji! Benji hit the baby trying to rub and get its attention. It's hard to do anything with Benji around. Because he loves me. Because he's happy. Mommy. I don't know why I bother buying toys. I should just give them chunks of ice and they'd be content forever. Back to my point before I had to get the goats out of the chicken coop. If we were a bigger channel or TikTok, or if we were bigger on all our platforms, we would get more of these comments. Because I see them all the time from other people that I follow. You know, we would get flack for raising a beef steer and then eating it. We do it. We're going to continue to do it this year. I think we're going to try to get 2. You know, people will give us flack for one eating it because it's an animal. Well, guess what? When you go buy chicken at the store, someone had to kill it. And it sucks, and it's hard, and it's not pleasant. But you know what? My animals have the best life they're ever gonna have, and their only bad day is the last day. They're raised good. They're raised on pasture. They're given treats. They're given love if they want them. They're given pets. The last steer did not want pets, so we did not get pets. You know, Bonnie, our meat goat, she's bred, and if she has bucklings, we're probably gonna weather them, and we're probably gonna process them because she's a meat goat breed. What are y'all doing? And some people aren't gonna like that, and they're gonna think that we're wrong and that we're raising our kids wrong for them knowing where their feed comes from. By no means do we exploit these animals. They found the other chicken coop. I didn't close that door. Shake my handy dandy goat whistle. Girls! Come on. Come on here. I gotta catch you anyways. Why do you always get stuff tangled on your foot? Chicken has something tangled on his foot, so I'm trying to get it to come to me. Once again, medical care, so she doesn't lose a foot to cutting the circulation off. I was crawling around on my knees, getting this chicken. Okay, I've caught the chicken. Harriet here. You want to ask Harriet how many times I've had to save her life? The answer is 2. Once we had a coyote come up and get one of our other chickens. She got attacked. I doctored her. She lived. Now, obviously the chicken, obviously the coyote didn't carry her off. But he didn't leave a mark on her that needed attention because it could have got infected and killed her. I saved her. The other time, our livestock guardian in training was a bad dog and got a hold of her. Now, don't think he was trying to hurt her, but he was going to on accident. Chickens are notorious for getting stuff tangled on their feet like that. See that thing hanging down there? That's string of something. And if it gets tight enough, it'll cut her circulation off. Can you please stop that? So she's protesting here. Well, I'm sorry. You have something tied around your foot. Okay. Ta-da! Now her foot is good to go. We've also heard people want to give us flack because we breed our animals every year. If they were in the wild, my 3 dolings over there would probably already be bred and probably die when they tried to kid because they're too young and too small. What are they doing? Oh, they're trying to get back in the chicken coop. They're over there trying to steal food some more, and they can't because they shut the door. They're mad. I don't know a statistic on this, but I'm sure it's pretty high. Do you know how many deer or other wild animals die from birth mishaps? From a baby being in the wrong position, or the baby being stillborn, or infections from birth? It's probably pretty high. Guess what these animals don't have to worry about near as much. Because if I got a kid, I've got a doe kidding, and the baby's in the wrong position, I'll either take her to a vet or try to get it out myself if I can glove up and get in there and fix it. When you exploit something, you take advantage of it. None of these animals are taken advantage of. They're all happy, fat, and living the best life they can. So yes, I do milk my does, but I also kid share. And if this comment would have asked, I could have told them, when my does go into milk, they're with their kids most of the day. And then I separate at night for about 8 to 10 hours. I milk in the morning, making sure there's still milk there for the babies. And then they're back with their moms. And they all are always in the same stall. They're never separated where they can't see each other except for the 5 minutes I milk. They're all right there. The babies will be in the kidding stall that is right there, you can see, and then the does will have free range of everything else in that stall. And if it's warm enough and good weather, then they'll all go out together on pasture. If it's not, I'll let the babies out of the kidding stall and prop the door open on the kidding stall, and everyone will have free access to everywhere in the barn where they can lay together and nurse and eat and be taken care of by their moms. Guess who's never in distress? Guess who never cares? My does. I didn't milk Violet this last year because I was pregnant with him and she needed to be trained. and I didn't want to get kicked in the stomach a bunch. But she had 4 kids on her, 4. So I separated them out at night to give her a break, let her utter rest, let her fill up, and then the next day she was a lot happier and feeding them a lot better because I had separated at night. All my does are comfortable and happy and taken care of. They get pedicures. They get their feet trimmed. They get treats. Before you jump on someone's comments or comment on something of somebody's, you need to be informed. For one, how they take care of their animals, what their situation is, and what that animal situation is. People who comment stuff like this are ill-informed on how animals work, how life cycles work, and it's disheartening because I don't like being told that I'm exploiting my animals. Like, no, they're happy and healthy, and if they thought I was doing something to them that was painful or harmful or they didn't like it, they wouldn't do it. But guess what? Every night we let all the goats out of the field. They run up to the barn, and Violet and Brandy wait at that feed room door to go in and get on the milk stand. If I was doing something that they didn't like, they wouldn't do it. If they were uncomfortable with me or thought I was harming them, they wouldn't lay down with me. They wouldn't seek out my affection. You need to understand animal biology and the difference between a predator and prey to understand these animals, because they're prey animals. They hide sickness. They hide cuts and breaks and whatever else. They hide it because if someone finds out about it, they'd be eaten. Something would get a hold of them. You know, Ragon always likes to point out that if these animals didn't have a purpose and people didn't want them and weren't using them, that they wouldn't exist. Especially ones that don't exist in the wild anymore, like goats and cows. If we weren't eating them and breeding them and milking them and had a useful purpose, they wouldn't exist anymore because no one would breed them. There's breeds of domestic geese and chickens and things like that are threatened because people quit keeping them, and now their numbers are so super low. That same thing would happen to these other animals if they only existed for the fact of someone looking at them in the field. But anyone who watches this who think, we're exploiting animals or abusing them, message us and ask, tell us why you think that, and let us defend ourselves. Ask us and tell us what you think we're doing wrong, because all my animals are happy and healthy and taken care of. Violet's due for a vaccine because she's almost 30 days out from her due date, so she needs some vaccines. So we'll probably go ahead and vaccinate everyone for the year. Preventative care, medical care, prevents them from getting diseases that kill them. I have new neighbors up the hill, and they probably think I'm crazy sitting here talking to my phone. Well, guys, I'm going to step off my soapbox. Yeah, I'm wearing a pacifier now, too. I'm going to step off my soapbox. I'm going to go round up my baby goats and put them up. But we'll see you next time. Maybe I won't be on a rant. Maybe I'll be, off my soapbox, and we'll have something fun to talk about. We'll see you next time. This is Megan and Deacon. Bye.